Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. We made it. We made it through 2024, if you can believe it. Well, if you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm Kelly, the Mystic Next Door, and I'm a psychic medium and a healer. And it's great to have you here. And for all of my return visitors and subscribers, it is so nice to have you. And thank you, thank you, thank you for your support. You really do mean the world to me. So I'm joining you today not to give you my 2025 predictions. There are so many people on YouTube who've done those videos, and you don't need one more creator telling you that it's going to be a wild ride this year, right? So I'm here to offer some ways that we can help ourselves to stay calm and healthy this year. Some of these things will seem obvious to many of you, and some may not. Some tips are things that you already know, but you might need a little reminder that these are ways that we can reconnect. But without further ado, here are 12 things that you can do to make yourself whole in mind, body, and spirit in 2025. Number 1, breathe. Most people go through their day taking shallow, short breaths or holding their breath, especially if they're anxious, worried, or fearful, or in pain or distress, any of these things. This leaves the stale air in our lungs, and it does nothing to help alleviate the situation we're in. And in fact, it makes it worse. Holding our breath does. Deep breathing is proven to reduce blood pressure and stimulate the vagus nerve, which is the longest nerve in our body. It plays a crucial role in your parasympathetic nervous system, or the rest and digest system. It also helps regulate heartbeat, immune response, and mood. And this is helpful for anyone, not just if you're worried or stressed out. So I recommend starting each day after you get out of bed by taking 10 deep cleansing breaths. Or if you're particularly anxious, really set times for yourself to take those breaths. But I'm going to show you how I like to do it. You can do it any way that you want to do it, and however it feels good to you. In my method, I breathe into a count of 4, filling my lungs fully, hold to a count of 4, and then breathe out fully to a count of 6 to 8, whatever feels natural to you. So we want to really push out all of the old air from our lungs that gets stuck there and stays in our system. Some might feel a little bit lightheaded when they start doing this, so take a break if that's the case. But practice makes perfect, and this is just an indication that you're used to holding your breath all the time or using short, shallow breaths. So I also recommend doing your breathing with intention. That is to say, assign a feeling or a sense to your breath. So if it's healing that you need, imagine in your mind's eye that you are breathing in a shimmery gold or a silver color that represents healing energy, and see the oxygen being delivered all over to your body, every cell in your body, and giving its restorative properties as you inhale and hold it, right? So and as you exhale, visualize a dark cloud leaving your body, or negativity, or pain, or whatever. Give it some imagery if that works for you. If it doesn't, just say, all negativity is leaving my body, right? So if you want to connect or enhance your connection with spirit or anything, make that be your intention. Okay, and the way I do it is this. I'll show you. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 8. You'll be surprised you can let more air out than you think. Number 2, grounding or earthing. Take a moment each day to ground your body. If it's not too cold out And, or of course, if you're physically able to do this, take off your shoes and socks and put your bare feet on the grass or on the dirt for a minute, or even just for a few seconds. If you can't do that, touch a tree with your bare hands. But earthing releases the electrical charge in our bodies and synchronizes it with the earth's resonance. And this has been shown to reduce inflammation, improve sleep, and alleviate pain. And you can also purchase those grounding sheets or mats that you can sleep on or put your feet on. But make sure that you get a good one because quality counts. Read the reviews. Okay. Number 3, rest or sleep. I suggest that we follow the earth's cues at this time of year. Animals hibernate and expend less energy, and trees go dormant, but we humans like to fill up our days with activities and obligations all year long, regardless of how much daylight there is. And I bet if you looked at your calendar and looked a little closer, there are a few things that could probably cut out of your life to give yourself some breathing room this time of year. And if you have kids, please don't feel obligated to fill every day with activities and sports. Even if they're active kids, they have to learn to find some quiet time too. And it's cold and flu season, so why not take the extra stress out of your life and fortify your immune system right now? So when the sun goes down, this is when I recommend that you begin to wind down your day, if at all possible. Lower the lights, eat a lighter dinner, ignore the news, or just watch the local news if it's not too distressing. And just read a book or listen to music. At bedtime, put your phone on silent. And this is a hard one for me. Make your bedroom cold and pile on the cozy blankets because studies show that sleeping in a cold room helps us to fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Same with our blue light devices, like the phone, like I just talked about. They disrupt our melatonin cycles, causing our sleep rhythms to be off. So if you're the type that lies awake too, and with thoughts of things that you need to do, try to write your to-dos down on a notepad before you go to bed and give yourself permission to put your thoughts on pause. These things can be dealt with later. Basically, make sleep time sacred. Number 4, gratitude. Start each day by giving gratitude. Even if your life seems to be going off the rails, there's always something to be grateful for. Make it up if you have to, like the air that I breathe or the soft pillow under my head. This is key to drawing more good things to us. Each day when I wake up, I tell my guides and angels that I'm grateful for the new day and for the opportunity to be of service. I just greet the new day with gratitude. That's all. But I also find little things to be grateful for too. When I have a good friend call, or if I have a particularly delicious meal, or a nice time with my husband, or with a nice walk with my dog. I just find gratitude in all those little things. See my gratitude videos that I did in November. But this sets us up to receive, and at the very least, to notice the little blessings in our lives, however small. When we focus on the difficult things like physical or emotional pain, money challenges, worries about a loved one, or demands of a hard job, or challenging people in our lives, we draw more of that energy to us because it becomes a habit, it becomes a rut. It takes on a life of its own, and it becomes our reality. And what we're doing when we focus on those things is we're telling the universe, we're telling spirit, that we want more of the hard stuff, that we revel in it. So keep your vibes high as best you can. Just be the observer when things get crazy and don't identify with the problems. right? You are not your money problems. You are not your pain. Remember that all experiences, however difficult, are there for our highest good and have the potential to lead us to a better place if we allow it. We can get there the hard way, or we can get there the easy way. It's your choice. We're going to wind up in the same place after all is said and done. Number 5, lose the habit of fear. And yes, fear is a habit. Everything that happens to us simply is. Do not assign labels, especially negative ones. For example, if you know someone who is terrified of bees, stepping outside in the summertime becomes a horrible experience, right? That's because in their mind, at every moment, there's an opportunity for a bee to come and sting them. The reality is that bee stings are relatively rare, and 99.999% of the time that a bee passes us by, they're quite harmless. But instead, their fear robs them of the simple pleasure of a walk or in the park or a picnic or something like that. Fear of any kind is the same. It lowers your vibration and dampens the opportunity to live a joyful life. And here's the kicker. All negativity stems from fear. Conflict, illness, pain, heartache, abandonment, and so much more. These are just fears manifested in different ways. And then there are the phobias, which are irrational fears that are allowed to take on a debilitating life of their own, like a worry that you might fall off the side of a bridge or get trapped in a tunnel. These are just what ifs. Great or small, fear serves no purpose unless you are in imminent danger of being eaten by a tiger or run over by a bus. So the next time you find yourself in fear, stop and ask, am I, or a loved one perhaps, in absolutely imminent danger? And be real with yourself. This is the hard one. Will my worry or fear help my situation? Most of the time, the vast majority of the time, the answer is no. Just breathe and practice trusting. Big word, trust. Number 6, meditate. I won't say too much about this because so many people know about it already, but I would like to say that many people that I talk to think that you have to sit in utter stillness for hours and hours for a meditation to have any effect, and this is not so at all. Start small, maybe just 5 or 10 minutes if that's all you can do, and build up to 15 or 20 minutes or longer. But as you're sitting there, give yourself some grace if you can't quiet your mind fully, because we're all human and it's nearly impossible to stop the thoughts. Instead, acknowledge the thoughts and let them pass by to be addressed later, kind of like writing them down when you go to sleep. This is your time to get in touch with your higher self, your guides, or just be in presence. Plus, it's a great stress reducer and has all sorts of physiological benefits. I think most of you know this. So just do it like the Nike commercial says. You might be surprised. Number 7, get out in nature and move your body. So just go for a 15-minute walk and feel the sun on your face if possible. I don't need to tell you about the benefits of exercise, but like meditation, it doesn't need to take long or be hard to get some benefit from movement. If possible, allow your thoughts to wander during this time too. This is where I get a lot of my intuitive hits when I'm out walking Henry, our dog. If you can't get out, perhaps do some yoga or light stretches right from your chair, if that's all you can do. So many of us sit hunched over our computers or phones like this, with our heart spaces closed down. So allow your body to stretch out, open your heart space, and bring it back out. And stand up every hour if you're desk bound. I know this sometimes is hard to do, but just get up and take a few, marching steps or swing your arms around. Move your body in all the ways that it's meant to move so that it can keep serving you into old age. Number 8, eat more whole, nourishing foods. Now, I know everybody knows what the advice is: eat healthy food. But what does that mean? Well, I want to go back to a lot of us go around life feeling really crummy, tired, we have pain, we're popping pills, we have heartburn, whatever it may be. And often it's because we live in a world of convenience foods, aka junk food. The SAD, or standard American diet, as we like to say here in the States. I'm not shaming anyone because, hey, I like a chip. I like, I like some cookies and things like that from time to time, but they've become so convenient here for us, like too convenient, replacing real whole food. So, and it's just like in a few short generations, we've gotten away from eating food that's in its natural state, right? It's readily available. So I think, if I talk to my mother's generation, they didn't snack all the time. They had 3 meals a day and they were cooked meals. And I'll talk about that in a moment. But even if you live a busy life, it's so easy. We all live a busy life, I should say, and it's so easy to pick up chips or soda at a convenience store or swing through a drive-through for a burger and fries. But the reality is these things are heavily processed, and they're making us heavier and sicker as a society. So I'm not telling anybody to go cold turkey on the sweets or the junk food or whatever, but you might find that making a few changes in the new year will make you feel better in ways that you haven't in a while. So try swapping perhaps that Coke for seltzer water, right? The flavored seltzer water. Or those potato chips that you tend to go reach for a handful of almonds or pistachios. Chances are you're eating these things out of habit, and they are made to be delicious and addictive, so it's no wonder. But I guarantee that if you try to incorporate some real foods into your diet, things that are closer to their source, like an apple or, dare I say, some broccoli, you might be surprised that you don't miss the other stuff and you begin to feel better. The trade-off is worth it. And no, you don't have to be a good cook or a vegan or anything like that to get some good nutritional benefits. Anyone can cook a scrambled egg or put a chicken breast into the oven for 25 minutes. I'm not going to say it'll taste good if you cook it on too high a temperature, but at least you could go and get purchase prepared foods at the store that are closer to homemade. They're in most grocery stores these days, even if it's a rotisserie chicken and a baked potato. Very easy, and they're simple. They don't have 25 ingredients on the side of the package. So all I'm saying is start small, and I think you'll feel the difference. So number 9, do something each day that gives you joy. Joy is right up there with love when it comes to high vibrational states of being, right? Put on some upbeat music and sing or dance around in your living room. Draw or paint a picture. Play an instrument if you have one. Chase the grandkids or throw a ball to your dog. In other words, find some time for play each day. Why do we stop playing as we get older? We do, and it's too bad. We can get back in touch with that. Number 10, set a goal to learn something new this year. Take an art lesson, learn to ski, read a book on astrology, whatever it is. You will activate your neural networks and start sharpening your brain, and it'll help you to create new skills and form new habits. Never stop learning. Number 11, find community. Make a new friend or reconnect with an old one. People are more lonely now than ever before. And it's because we work remotely and do everything over email or Zoom. Here I am on the other side of a screen from you. But nothing takes the place of human contact. Like it or not, we are pack animals. We thrive when we can commune with others. So if you're feeling isolated, volunteer at a homeless shelter or at a local school. Join a meetup of like-minded folks who are, say, like Star Wars fans or who like to drink tea and knit, whatever that may be. There are meetups for everything. Or find a group of people on Nextdoor, if you have Nextdoor in your community, who want to take a walk each day or a couple days a week around a local park, or who may like to do progressive dinner parties. If you don't see something you like on Nextdoor or on Meetup or wherever it may be the person that initiates it. I guarantee you there are other people craving community out there too. And the last thing I want to share with you today, the last bit of advice for 2025, ask your angels and guides for what you want or need, and then let it go. Learn to trust. There's that word again, trust, that the universe is always conspiring in our favor. So please help me buy a new car. And I like to say please because I'm polite. I think the angels appreciate it too. Or please bring me back into health and balance. And that's it. Don't tell spirit, don't tell the spirit world how to do their job. Don't say, angels, please, first let me win the lottery and make sure my bank gives me the loan that I need, and then find the car dealer that can work. No. Say the prayer and trust that it will be done for you in divine timing and the way it needs to be done. Just trust. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed some of these things. If you have other suggestions that are easy and simple, and all of these are free, please add them down below in the comments. I'd love to hear what your suggestions are to really kind of live a full and happy life and help distract us from some of the crazy things that are happening in the world. We can make it a better place because it's all about our perspective and how we approach the world. So I thank you very much, and I am grateful for all of you for listening to this, and have a wonderful new year.